Time and tides wait for nobody. If you want to know how time could be used so wisely and to be successful in your life, watch this video. Once you lose time, you can never regain in your life. Whatever you lose in your life, that could be regained. For example, money. Even if you lose 1 crore this year, you can make 10 crores next year. Whereas times lost once can never be regained. If at all you are interested, if you want to know how to utilize time wisely and to make success in your life, watch this video. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Time is the most valuable resource in our life. Money can be earned again. Opportunities can return, but time once lost never comes back. Every successful person understands the value of time and use it wisely. Many people say that they want success, they want to improve their life, and they want to achieve big goals. But at the same time, they waste hours every day on unnecessary things. They delay important work, they get distracted easily, and they allow time to control their life. Successful people do the opposite. They learn how to control their time. When we control our time, we control our life. Our days become more productive, our goals become clearer, and our progress become faster. In this video, we will learn powerful lessons that can help us control our time and use it so wisely. Lesson 1. Understand the true value of time. The first and the most important step to controlling time is understanding its value. Many people say that time is important, but very few people truly respect it. They treat time as if it will always be available. They believe there will always be another day, another week, or another opportunity to start working on their goals. Because of this mindset, people waste hours every day without even realizing it. But the truth is very simple. Time is the only resource in life that we can never get back. Once a minute passes, it is gone forever. No amount of money, power, or success can bring that moment back. Every single day, each person receives the same 24 hours. It does not matter if someone is rich or poor, successful or unsuccessful. Everyone gets the same amount of time. The difference between successful people and others is how they use those hours. Many people allow time to slip away through distractions. They spend hours on the things that do not improve their life. They keep telling themselves that they will start tomorrow, but tomorrow often becomes next week, and next week becomes next month. Slowly, valuable years pass by without real progress. Successful people think about time differently. They see time as their most valuable investment. Instead of wasting it, they use it so carefully. They understand that every hour can either move them close to their goals or push them further away. Because of this awareness, they make better decisions about how they spend their day. Understanding the value of time also changes our priorities. When we realize that time is limited, we begin to focus more on meaningful activities. We stop giving too much importance to things that do not matter. For example, many people spend long hours scrolling through their phones without purpose. They watch endless videos or get lost in unnecessary distractions. At the moment, it may feel harmless. But when this habit repeats every day, it slowly consumes larger portions of our life. A person who truly values time becomes more conscious of these habits. They begin asking themselves important questions. Is this activity helping me grow? Is this moving me closer to my goals? Is this the best use of my time right now? These questions create awareness, and awareness is the first step towards change. Understanding time also helps us appreciate opportunities. Every opportunity in life exists for a limited period. If you delay too long, that opportunity may disappear. For example, learning new skills, building a career, improving our health, or developing good habits all require time. If you keep postponing these actions, we may lose the chance to achieve our full potential. People who respect time start acting earlier. They do not wait for the perfect moment. They understand that the best moment to start is now. Another important aspect of valuing time is respecting others people's time as well. When we arrive late to meeting, delay projects, or waste someone else's time, it shows a lack of professionalism and discipline. People who truly value time are punctual and responsible. They understand that respecting time builds trust and reliability. Over time, this habit strengthens their reputation and relationships. Valuing time also reduces procrastination. When we clearly understand that every day is precious, we become less likely to delay important work. Instead of saying, I will do it later, we take action sooner. This habit creates progress and momentum. Many successful individuals often remind themselves of a simple truth: life is limited and every day matters. This awareness motivates them to use their time wisely. They focus on growth, learning, and meaningful work instead of wasting their hours on things that do not add value to their life. When we begin to see time in this way, our mindset changes. We become more focused, more disciplined, and more intentional with our daily actions. Because we no longer allow it to be wasted. Instead, we start using it as the most powerful tool to build the life you truly want. Lesson 2. Set clear priorities. Controlling time becomes much easier when we learn how to set clear priorities. Many people say they are busy all day, yet at the end of the day, they feel that nothing important was accomplished. They feel tired, but they do not feel satisfied with their progress. The reason this happens is very simple. Being busy is not the same as being productive. A person can spend many hours working on small or unimportant things while ignoring the activities that truly matter. When this happens, time passes, but progress does not happen. Successful people understand that not every task has the same value. Some activities move us closer to our goals, while others simply consume our time. This is why they focus on priorities. A priority is something that is truly important and deserves our time and attention first. When we clearly identify our priorities, we stop wasting energy on things that do not contribute to our growth. Instead of trying to do everything, we concentrate on the few things that matter the most. For example, imagine a student who wants to improve their knowledge and build a successful career. If the student spends hours watching random videos or doing unnecessary activities, their day will be busy but not at all productive. But if they focus on studying, learning useful skills, and practicing consistently, those same hours will create real progress. The same idea applies to every area of life. When we understand our priorities, we begin to use time more wisely. One powerful habit is starting the day by identifying the most important tasks. Instead of jumping into random activities, we decide what must be accomplished first. These important tasks should receive our full attention and energy. Many successful individuals follow a simple rule. They focus on completing the most important task of the day before anything else. This approach prevents distractions from taking control of the day. Another benefit of setting priorities is that it reduces stress. When people try to do too many things at once, they feel overwhelmed. Their mind becomes scattered and their productivity decreases. But when we focus on a few important tasks, our mind becomes calmer and more focused. We know exactly what we need to accomplish, and this clarity increases efficiency. Priorities also help us make better decisions. Throughout the day, we are constantly faced with the choices. Should we continue working on something important, or should we switch to something easier? Should we spend time on meaningful work, or should we allow distractions to take over? When our priorities are closer, these decisions become easier. We simply ask ourselves a question: is this activity helping me achieve my priority? The answer is no. We know that our time could be better spent elsewhere. Another important part of setting priorities is learning to say no. Many people struggle with this. They say yes to every request, every invitation, and every small task. As a result, their schedule becomes full of activities that do not truly matter. Successful people understand that protecting their time is important. They carefully choose where to invest their energy. Saying no to unimportant things allows them to say yes to the things that truly matter. This does not mean ignoring responsibilities or refusing to help others. It simply means being conscious of how we use our time when we respect our priorities. We create more space for growth and meaningful work. Over time, this habit transforms the way we live and work. Instead of feeling busy but unproductive, we begin to see a real progress in our goal. We accomplish more important tasks, improve our skills, and move closer to the life we want. The truth is that time management is really about priority management. When we control our priorities, we naturally control our time. Every day gives us many choices. If we choose wisely and focus on what truly matters, our time becomes a powerful tool for success. And once we master the habit of setting clear priorities, we take a major step towards controlling our time and shaping our future. Lesson 3: eliminate distractions. One of the biggest reasons people lose control over their time is distractions. Distractions silently steals hours from our day without us even realizing it. A person may start the day with the intention to work, study, or complete important tasks, but small interruptions slowly take away their focus. Before they realize it, a large part of the day has already passed. In today's world, distractions are everywhere: mobile phones, social media, notifications, endless videos, unnecessary conversations, and constant messages compete for our attention. These distractions may seem small in the moment, but when they happen repeatedly, they consume a large portion of our time. Many people check their phone for just a few seconds, but those few seconds quickly turn into several minutes. Then another notification appears and the cycle continues. By the end of the day, hours may have been lost without any meaningful progress. People who learn to control their time instead of the danger of distractions, they know that focus is one of the most valuable abilities in modern life. When someone can focus deeply on a task without interruption, they can complete work faster and with better quality. Eliminating distractions begins with awareness. We must first recognize that things usually interrupt our focus. For some people, it may be social media. For others, it may be unnecessary conversations. And for others, it may be the habit of constantly checking their phone. Once we identify these distractions, we can start taking steps to reduce them. One powerful method is creating a focused work environment. This means removing anything that may interrupt our concentration. For example, placing the phone away from the workspace, turning off unnecessary notifications, or choosing a quiet place to work. When our environment supports focus, it becomes easier to stay concentrated on important tasks. Another useful habit is working in dedicated time blocks. Instead of allowing interruptions throughout the day, we decide to focus fully for a certain period of time. During that period, we commit to doing only one task. No checking messages, no switching between activities, and no unnecessary breaks. This deep focus allows us to accomplish much more in a shorter amount of time. People who practice focused work often find that tasks that once felt difficult becomes easier to complete. Eliminating distractions also requires mental discipline. Sometimes the distractions does not come from outside sources but from our own habits. Our mind may suddenly want to check something on the phone or switch to an easier activity. In those moments, discipline becomes very important. We must remind ourselves that every distraction moves us further away from our goals. Choosing to stay focused even when distractions appear strengthens our self control. Over time, these habits become easier. Another important benefit of reducing distractions is improved quality of work. When we constantly switch between tasks, our brains struggle to maintain deep concentration. This leads to mistakes, slower progress, and lower efficiency. But when we focus on one task at a time, our mind works more clearly and effectively. This improves both speed and accuracy. People who learn to eliminate distractions often experience something called deep productivity. They are able to complete important work in less time because their attention is fully directed towards the task. This gives them more free time and less stress. Eliminating distractions also helps us develop stronger habits. When we constantly protect our focus, our brain begins to associate certain environments or time of the day with productivity. Over time, it becomes easier to enter a focused state. Many successful individuals guard their attention very carefully. They understand that attention is one of the most powerful resources they have. Instead of allowing every notification or interruption to control their day, they choose when and where to direct their focus. This level of control allows them to accomplish more meaningful work. Learning to eliminate distractions is not about removing enjoyment from life, it is about creating balance. There will always be time for relaxation, entertainment, and social interaction. But when it is time to work or pursue important goals, full attention is necessary. By protecting our focus and reducing distractions, we gain more control over our time. And when we control our attention, we also control our productivity and our progress in life. Lesson 4. Plan your day in advance. One of the most powerful habits that helps people control their time is planning their day in advance. Many people wake up in the morning and start their day without any clear direction. They simply react to whatever appears in front of them. A message arrives, a task appears, someone asks for help, and the day continues in a random way. By the end of the day, they feel busy and tired, but they often realize that many important things were not done. This happens because the day was never planned. People who successfully control their time understand the importance of planning. They do not leave their day to chance. Instead, they decide in advance how they will spend their time. Planning gives structure to the day. It provides a clear path that helps us stay focused on what truly matters. When we plan our day, we begin with a simple question: what are the most important things that must be accomplished today? Once we identify these tasks, we organize our time around them. This simple habit creates clarity instead of constantly thinking about what to do next. We already have a guide for the day. Planning also helps us reduce stress. When our mind is full of many tasks and responsibilities, it can feel overwhelming. We may worry about forgetting something important, but when we write down our tasks and organize them, our mind becomes calmer. We know exactly what needs to be done and when we will do it. Many successful individuals prefer to plan their day either the night before or early in the morning. By doing this, the day starts with clear intentions. When the day begins, they already know their priorities and their schedule. Another advantage of planning is better time allocation. Some tasks require deep focus and more energy, while others are simpler and require less effort. When we plan properly, we can schedule important tasks during the time when our energy is highest. For many people, this is often the morning, by completing important work first. We ensure that progress happens early in the day. Smaller tasks can then be completed later. Planning also helps us avoid wasting time. Without a plan, it is easy to get distracted or spend too much time on activities that are not important. But when we have a clear list of tasks waiting for us, we naturally stay more focused. Each completed task creates a sense of progress and motivation. Planning also improves discipline. When we commit to a schedule, we train ourselves to respect our time. Instead of constantly changing activities or delaying tasks, we follow the plan we created. Over time, this habit strengthens our self control and productivity. Another benefit of planning is flexibility. Some people believe that planning makes life too strict, but the truth is the opposite. Planning actually gives us more control over unexpected situations. When something unexpected happens, we can adjust our schedule more easily because we know exactly what tasks are important and what can be moved to another time. Without a plan, even small interruptions can completely disrupt our day. Planning also creates a sense of purpose. When we make up knowing exactly what we want to achieve, our day becomes more meaningful. We are actually moving towards our goal. Each planned task becomes a step towards improvement. Over weeks and months, these small steps create significant progress. People who regularly plan their days often achieve much more than those who rely on random actions. Their time becomes organized, their work becomes more efficient, and their goals become so clear. Planning does not require complicated systems. Even a single simple list of tasks written in order of importance can make a big difference. The key is consistency. When we make planning a daily habit, we begin to control how our time is used instead of allowing time to control us. And once we develop these habits, each day becomes more productive, more organized, and more meaningful. Lesson 5: stop procrastinating and start immediately. One of the biggest reasons people lose control of their time is procrastination. Procrastination means delaying important work even when we know that the task should be done. Instead of starting the work, people choose to wait for the right moment or the perfect mood. But the truth is that the perfect moment rarely comes. Many people tell themselves that they will start later. They say they will begin tomorrow, next week, or when they feel more motivated. While they are waiting, time continues to move forward. Hours turn into days, and days turn into weeks. Slowly, important opportunities disappear. Procrastination creates a dangerous habit. When we delay work again and again, our mind becomes comfortable with avoiding responsibility. Instead of facing the task, we look for easy activities that give short term comfort. For example, a person may open their phone, watch videos, scroll through social media, or do small, unimportant tasks. These activities may feel relaxing in the moment, but they quietly steal valuable time. People who learn to control their time understand that procrastination is one of the biggest obstacles to success. They know that waiting too long only increases pressure and stress. When work is delayed, the deadline becomes closer. As the deadline approaches, anxiety grows. Instead of feeling calm and confident, people begin to panic. However, when we start early, the situation becomes very different. Starting early gives us more time to think, more time to improve the quality of our work, and more time to handle unexpected problems. Successful people develop the habit of taking actions quickly. When they receive an important thing, they do not wait for motivation, they simply begin. Even if the first step is small, starting creates momentum. Once we begin working on a task, our brain naturally becomes more focused on completing it. What seemed difficult at first often becomes easier once we are already involved in the work. Many people realize that the hardest part of any task is simply starting. After that, it will be easier. Progress becomes more easy. Another powerful strategy to overcome procrastination is breaking large tasks into smaller steps. Sometimes people delay work because the task feels too big or complicated. When something appears overwhelming, the mind tries to avoid it. But when we divide the task into smaller actions, it becomes easier to start. Instead of thinking about finishing the entire project, we can focus on completing just the first small step. Once that step is finished, we move to the next one. Step by step, the task begins to move forward. This approach reduces fear and makes progress feel manageable. Another important part of overcoming procrastination is building discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when we do not feel like doing it. Motivation may come and go, but discipline keeps us moving forward. Successful individuals do not wait for inspiration, they rely on habits and discipline. They train themselves to start work at a specific time and continue until the task is completed. Over time, this habit becomes natural. Instead of delaying work, they automatically begin taking action. Stopping procrastination also improves our confidence. Each time we complete a task on time, we feel a sense of accomplishment. This builds trust in our own abilities. Our mind begins to believe that we are capable of handling challenges. But when we constantly delay work, our confidence decreases. We begin to doubt our ability to manage responsibilities by choosing action instead of delay. We strengthen both our productivity and our self belief. Another benefit of starting early is better quality of work. When tasks are rushed at the last moment, mistakes become more common. There is little time to review or improve the work, but when we begin early, we have the freedom to think so carefully, correct the errors, and improve the final results. This leads to higher performance and better outcomes. Time becomes easier to control when procrastination disappears. Instead of feeling chased by deadlines, we begin to move ahead of them. our schedule becomes calmer and more organized. The simple habit of starting immediately transforms the way we work. Every time an important task appears, we remind ourselves of one of the powerful rule: start now. Even a small step taken today is better than waiting for the perfect moment tomorrow. Because the moment we take action, we begin to take control of our time. Lesson 6: Use small moments wisely. Another powerful way to control time is learning how to use small moments wisely. Many people believe that productivity only comes from long hours of work. They think that if they do not have several free hours, they cannot make meaningful progress. But the truth is very different. A large part of our day is made up of small moments: waiting for a meeting, traveling from one place to another, standing in a line, or having short breaks during work may seem like insignificant periods of time. When these small moments are wasted every day, they slowly add up to many hours. People who control their time understand the value of these small moments. Instead of letting them disappear without purpose, they use them wisely. For example, someone may spend 10 minutes waiting for an appointment. Another person may spend 15 minutes sitting idle before starting a task. These moments may feel too short to be useful, but when we combine many of these small moments together, they can create a powerful opportunity for growth. Successful people often use these moments to learn something new. They may read a few pages of a book, listen to educational content, review their goals, or think about how to improve their work. Even small learning sessions repeated every day can lead to significant knowledge over time. Another useful way to use small moments is reflection. Many people move quickly from one task to another without stopping to think. But small breaks during the day can become valuable opportunities to reflect. We can ask ourselves important questions. Are we moving closer to our goals? Is there a better way to complete our work? What can we improve today? These moments of reflection helps us stay aware of our progress and make better decisions. Small moments can also be used for planning. Sometimes people feel overwhelmed because they try to plan everything at once. But when we use short periods of time to organize our thoughts, the progress and the process becomes easier. For example, during a short break, we can review our tasks, adjust our schedule, or decide what the next important action should be. This simple habit helps us stay organized and focused throughout the day. Another powerful use of small moments is strengthening positive habits. Habits are built through a repetition, not through long periods of efforts. Even small actions performed consistently can create lasting change. For example, practicing a new skill for a few minutes each day can lead to significant improvement over the period of time. Learning a new language, improving communication skills, or reviewing important knowledge can all begin with small daily efforts. People who respect small moments understand that progress does not always come from dramatic actions. It often comes from consistent small steps repeated over time. Another advantage of using small moments wisely is increased productivity. When we use these periods effectively, our day becomes more productive without requiring extra effort. Instead of waiting passively for time to pass, we transform those moments into opportunities for improvement. This mindset changes how we see time. Instead of saying that we do not have enough time, we begin to notice how much time is actually available in small pieces throughout the day. People who ignore these small moments often feel that time moves too quickly, but those who use them wisely feel that their days are longer. and more productive over time. This habit creates a powerful advantage. While others are wasting small portions of time, disciplined individuals are currently investing those moments into their growths months and years later. This difference becomes very clear. Small moments also help maintain momentum. When we regularly use short periods for learning or improvement, we remain connected to our goals throughout the day. This consistent engagement strengthens motivation and discipline. The important things to remember is that controlling time does not always require dramatic things. Sometimes it simply requires better awareness of the moments that already exist. When we begin to see the value of these small moments, we stop letting them disappear without purpose. Instead, we turn them into opportunities for growth, learning, and progress. And by using these small moments wisely, we gradually gain greater control over our time and our future. Lesson 7, develop self discipline. The final and most powerful lesson for controlling time is developing self discipline. Without discipline, even the best plans and intentions will fail. Many people know what they should do, but they still struggle to follow through. They make plans, set goals, and promise themselves that they will change. But after a few days, they return to old habits. The reason this happens is the absence of discipline. Self discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done even when we do not feel like doing it. It is the ability to control our actions instead of allowing our emotions, laziness, or distractions to control us. Time management is not really about managing time, it's about managing ourselves. Every day we face choices. We can choose to work on our goals or we can choose activities that bring short term goals. We can focus on productive tasks or we can allow distractions to take control of our attention. Discipline helps us make the right choice. Many people wait for motivation before they start working. They believe they will begin once they feel inspired or excited, but motivation is not reliable. Some days we feel motivated, but many days we do not. If we depend on motivation only, our progress becomes inconsistent. Disciplined people understand this truth. They do not wait for motivation. They create routines and habits that guide their actions every day. For example, they decide a specific time to begin their work and they follow that schedule consistently. Even if they feel tired or distracted, they still start. Once their work begins, momentum builds and the concentration improves. Another important aspect of discipline is controlling impulses. Our mind often tries to choose what is easier rather than what is important. For example, when we need to complete an important task, our mind may suggest checking the phone, watching something entertaining, or taking unnecessary breaks. If we always follow these impulses, our time will be lost in small distractions. Self discipline allows us to pause and make a better decision. Instead of immediately reacting to temptations, disciplined individuals remind themselves of their calls. They choose actions that move them forward rather than actions that delay progress. Discipline also builds consistency. Success rarely comes from one big action. It usually comes from a small actions repeated every day, studying for an hour each day, practicing a skill regularly, or completing tasks consistently may not seem dramatic, but over time these small efforts create powerful results. Consistency turns effort into achievement. Another benefit of discipline is stronger confidence. Each time we keep promise to ourselves, we build trust in our own ability. When we complete tasks on time and stay committed to our routines, our mind begins to believe that we are capable of handling challenges. This self confidence becomes a powerful force in our life. However, when we repeatedly break our own commitments, our confidence decreases. We begin to doubt ourselves and lose motivation. Discipline strengthens this inner trust. Developing discipline is not something that happens instantly, it is built gradually through daily practice. At the beginning, controlling habits may feel difficult, but with repetition, disciplined behavior becomes natural. Small steps are enough to begin. For example, deciding to start work at the same time every day, reducing unnecessary distractions, and completing tasks before relaxing are simple actions that build discipline. Over time, these actions shape our character. Disciplined individuals often achieve more because they control their habits rather than allowing the habits to control them. They do not allow laziness, fear, or distractions to determine how they spend their time. Instead, they take responsibility for their actions and move forward with determination. This mindset allows them to accomplish goals that many others only dream about. Time becomes easier to control when discipline becomes a part of our daily life. Instead of constantly fighting against the distractions and delays, disciplined habits guide our actions automatically. Every day becomes an opportunity to move closer to our goals. The truth is simple: time is available to everyone, but only disciplined people use it wisely. When we develop strong self discipline, we stop wasting our time and start investing it in our growth, our dreams, and our future. And once discipline becomes part of our life, controlling time becomes not just possible but natural. Time is the most valuable resource we have. Every day gives us the same 24 hours. But the way we use these hours decide the distraction of our life. When we learn to value time, set clear priorities, remove distractions, plan our day, stop procrastinating, use small moments so wisely, and develop strong discipline, we begin to take control of our time instead of letting time control. Remember, small actions repeated every day creates big results in the future. If we start using our time wisely today, our life will look very different tomorrow. If you enjoyed this video and learned something valuable, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more powerful lessons about success, mindset, and personal growth. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video.